Now, if in your Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana, you dive deep, you can witness that in the Anandamaya Kosha, from the deep sleep, the 5 tanmatras and the 5 subtle bhutas appear in the dream first. Those who have done a very good Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana practice have seen this already. If you have not, then this is where I would insist that you start looking through the Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana book and complete all of those points. By now, you should have had a glimpse of more than 50% of the points in the Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana book. Now we will understand tanmatras first. First, let's understand the word tanmatra, a very small degree. Literal translation, a very small degree. So what do they mean? The first one is sparsha tanmatra, saying at a very tiny degree, at a subtle degree, sparsha or touch is projected. Where? First, in the dream state. And that sparsha tanmatra projects the vayu bhuta, the subtle wind element or air element. So both of these arise together. The sense of touch along with the air element at a very tiny degree. Tiny degree simply means subtle. Both of these appear first in the dream state. So on the same stage of Anandamaya Kosha, these appear first, they enact. Are you able to see it only as Jnana Drishya, or are you still getting trapped in your dream? Do you get trapped in sparsha, in touch? Do you get trapped in air element, Vayu Bhuta, in the dream? Or are you able to simply witness them as knowledge? If you're not able to simply witness them as knowledge, that means you are still bound by the idea, I am the experiencer of touch. Pleasant touch, unpleasant touch, doesn't matter. I am the experiencer of pleasant touch, or I am the experiencer of unpleasant touch in the dream. This bondage still exists if I am not able to see it as just a jnana drishya, a knowledge wave or a knowledge scene. Is the first one clear? The tanmatra is going hand in hand with the bhuta. Sparsha tanmatra is the touch, and it's going hand in hand with vayu bhuta, which is the air element. First one is clear? Can I move to the next? The next to arise in the dream is rasa tanmatra, and that rasa tanmatra projects the jala bhuta. Rasa tanmatra is nothing but the sense of taste. It's at a subtle level in the dream, but it's still there. And jala bhuta is simply the water element. The sense of taste projects the water element. These appear in the dream first, they enact their scene, and they exit. Am I able to see it simply as knowledge? Am I able to recognize I am the drishta of the drishya, jnana drishya? Or do I still get captivated by the experience of taste in the dream? That's the question you ask yourself. If you still get trapped, then you are bound. You are bound by pleasantness or unpleasantness of taste in the dream. Remember, we are still at the dream level. I'm talking about how from Anandamaya Kosha, the I sense comes up and starts projecting in Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana. I hope it's very clear. The first projection was Sparsha Tanmatra with Vayu Bhuta. Second projection was Rasa Tanmatra with Jala Bhuta. I am just explaining them in sequence, but that does not mean that in every dream you will see each of these. I hope that is very clear. Rasa Tanmatra and Jala Bhuta is clear. I'll move on to the third. The idea of Gandha Tanmatra, projecting the Prithvi Bhuta, appears in the dream stage first. It enacts its scene and it exits. Question I need to ask myself, am I able to distinguish? This is only jnana. It is only knowledge of smell. It is only knowledge of earth element. There is no earth element. There is no smell really. This is the dream. This is only jnana. Am I able to recognize I am the drishta of this jnana drishya? If I cannot see it, if I cannot see Gandha Tanmatra projecting the Prithvi Bhuta as simply jnana, I will be captivated. I will be captivated as the experiencer of smell. Fragrant smell, garbage smell, whatever smell. I will be captivated. I will be bound by the idea of pleasant smell or unpleasant smell in the dream. Again, clarification. Are you going to be able to see the Tanmatra projecting a Bhuta? No. This is just a way of explaining it. I need to communicate in words. There is no projection happening from a projector there. It is simply the recognition of you see a dream world which is like earth, made of the earth element. You experience smell, you experience taste, you experience touch over there. Is that very clear? You're not going to see projector and then next the projection. Oh, I don't see it like that. No. It's simply the way a teacher needs to explain. What is the most important? The most important is for me to recognize what am I bound by. At the dream level, which dreams have I taken so real that I wake up and I start talking about it in the waking and telling the spouse, telling the child, telling the family member, the parent that you did this in my dream and you should have not done that, and they are like stumped. Your dream, right? Yeah. How seriously did you take all of that? Where did you get bound? Is this very clear? Your own expression, your own attachment to the dream will be proof enough for you that, oh, this is where I slip. This is where I slip. And dreams usually give us a little trailer of what our attachments are in the waking. So if you see something in the dream, it means that attachment is also there in the waking. Just accept it. Have the courage. Oh, this is the dream I got trapped in last night. And when I woke up, I went and I started arguing with my family member. Oh, you didn't complete the argument in the dream. Let's complete it here. Some attachment is still there. There is something that I still don't see as simply jnana. It's only knowledge. Only knowledge. Only a story. I think I gave you the hint. If consciousness does not get an opportunity to complete its story in the waking, it projects it in the dream, and vice versa. If it does not get an opportunity to complete something in the dream, it projects it in the waking, where now you're telling the family member, okay, let's complete that transaction. It is consciousness getting trapped by whatever tanmatra and whatever bhuta. That is why you must do this work seriously. This week has to be dedicated to these 40 plus vrittis. At an individual level, every vritti should be written separately in the journal and recognized. Oh, I have an attachment here, or no, I don't find an attachment here yet. Okay. I'll move on to the next. The idea of Shabda Tanmatra, sound, that projects the Akasha Bhuta, the space element, that appears in the dream state first. Am I able to distinguish, oh, this is just the knowledge of a sound. This is not sound. There is only knowledge of space. This is not space. Can I recognize I am the knower of this knowledge? I am the drishta. If you cannot see it as simply jnana, you will be captivated as the experiencer of sound or the doer of the sound, the creator of the sound, whatever the sound was. Whether pleasant or unpleasant, it will be a bondage in dream. Equally strong is the attachment of Rupa Tanmatra, the subtle sense of sight that is there in the dream. Rupa Tanmatra projects the Tejo Bhuta, the fire element, in the dream. There's simply knowledge. There is only knowledge of the sight. There is no real sight there. Are you able to recognize that you are the knower of this knowledge? If you cannot see this as jnana, you will be again captivated by some sight, some experiencer of pleasant sight or unpleasant sight in the dream. And that's how you wake up from the nightmare most of the times. Either the Rupa Tanmatra is overpowering or the Shabda Tanmatra is overwhelming. Sight and sound are there mostly, I'm not saying always, but mostly in that little nightmare. Why did I get stuck in a nightmare? Why couldn't I simply be the witness? I'm still stuck as the experiencer of pleasant sight or unpleasant sight, whatever that sight was. So this all 5 tanmatras and 5 subtle bhutas belong to the dream state.